Luis, you just reflect on this game and you looked at it and thought, well, Athletic Club haven't lost a match in 15 games coming into this time. They're going to be a real test for Barcelona. Hansi Flick will be delighted with the way in which Barcelona passed that test with flying colours.
Yeah, definitely, because I think that even Barcelona was surprised that they didn't receive that hostilities that normally Athletic Club does in every single game, because they got that intensity, that pressure, that desire every single game. That I was surprised. Just maybe the first 20 minutes where Barcelona was playing very well, because the speed on the ball was difficult to manage for Athletic Club players. But right after, even when they were losing 1-0, there was no reaction. It was only in the last 15 minutes where Athletic Club started pushing a little bit higher. The changes from Valverde with Nico Williams in one side kind of make a little bit of the difference. But I think it was a very pleasant game for Barcelona that did very well in the first 20 minutes, scored that first goal. And then I think they should have scored a couple more to try to put this game to bed earlier on. But in the end, a very pleasant and easy game, not controlled during the whole game. Maybe Cherny was mentioned in the last 15 minutes, it was a little bit up and down and they lost the control. Maybe also because there was too many changes and in the end you lose a little bit the composure at the back. But I think it was a good game overall, and well, I think they are very happy because it was not very demanding, so they will be fresh to play in the final.
Yeah, we knew that Lamine Yamal wasn't going to play the whole game, Ali. He played, of course, just 60 minutes. They'll be happy with the fact that he didn't look like there was any sort of fitness issues for a man who we know has been so key for Barcelona this season. His absence has certainly been very apparent with regards to Barcelona's results. He would feature here, took his goal really nicely.
Yeah, and honestly, when you see Lamine Yamal play, you wouldn't notice that he was injured at all. Right away from the beginning of the match, he is the one that is creating something productive in the attack. And yes, he does take the goal really well, but what about the quality of the first touch? It's what sets up everything else. Then after that, he just takes his time and finds the back of the net. But the quality of the first touch just tells you everything that you need to know by Lamine Yamal. Composure in tight spaces, composure in front of goal, scores the goal. And overall, just the whole performance on Lamine Yamal just tells you, look, if Barcelona is going to achieve big things this season, he has to be smack right in the middle of everything that they do offensively.
And just stating the obvious, Steve, he just plays football with the smile on his face.
Well, he does. He plays like a 17-year-old that has no weight on his shoulders, has no other thought than...
no mortgage, no wife, no children.
Where's my boots? Just let me get my boots on so I can go and play. That's what he produces.
Of course, meanwhile, another youngster on the score sheet as well, Luis Gavi, obviously much more experience when it comes to comparing him to Lamine Yamal. He'll be so happy to get off the mark this season.
He's enjoying very much because he can press. That is something that for Hansi Flick is very good, to have a player near Lewandowski to press, but also enjoys to get into the box in second line. So very good, fantastic moment for him after such a long time with that big ACL injury. So I'm sure that Hansi Flick is going to be delighted that players like him, that they are not used regularly on the domestic league, they perform and deliver in the Supercup.
Quick shout out for Pedri as well.
Yep.
Because if we're talking about Gavi playing in a more advanced position, you also have to mention how comfortable Pedri has been in this deeper role alongside Casado. You may have thought that if Gavi is going to be in the midfield, then maybe they're going to place interchange, that maybe Pedri will go a little bit further forward and Gavi will be the one sitting with Casado, and it's not what's happening. And so it really is the responsibility of Pedri to be able to not only get the possession from the back line, but take that possession into the attacking half, and he's doing it so very well. The touches, we are starting to see the very best of Pedri. Now, it was disappointing that they lost to Atletico Madrid late in the year, as they did. But in that game, you saw Pedri getting back to his best. If Barcelona, again, if they're going to achieve a lot of the things that they have planned out for themselves, they're going to need Lamine Yamal, they're going to need Gavi, but Pedri is going to be critically important to what they do in the midfield.